Okay, here we go. So this first card is your general energy for the month of June. And that's awesome. I just want to say congratulations, job well done. That's like a career victory right there. So whatever is going on for you, it seems like the month of June, you will be celebrating a successful endeavor of some sort. That's awesome. And another thing about this card that I do want to say is a lot of times it kind of means like it's not just you that's celebrating. I feel like this could be other coworkers, other people that had a stake in whatever it was that you were doing, because it's kind of like your success is their success. So any sort of team project, something, maybe an investment, but it seems like it either is going well or it's going to, you're going to accomplish. So this next card is either challenging or helpful energies. And Queen of Wands. So I guess depending on the situation, this could be challenging or helpful. So the Queen of Wands is a very fiery energy. Look at all this bright yellow clothing she's wearing. That's very in tune with your solar plexus chakra, like your confidence. The wand is sort of what directs your passion, your ambitions into the world. So I feel like that could very much be a helpful energy for the month of June. The only way I think it could be a challenging energy is if, something's happening, but it's not happening quick enough. And maybe you're feeling impatient. Maybe, I want to say the word bossy for some reason. Maybe you're coming across as too bossy, or maybe, maybe you're coming across as too bossy. I'm not really sure, but that kind of just popped into my head. Okay, so that's your challenging and helpful energies. I feel like it's both for you guys. Okay, this next card is the root of your current situation. It's basically how you got to where you are, how you got to this career victory, I believe. The Wild Hunt, which is the Tower in the Rider-Waite Tarot. And while this is scary looking, I feel like you guys might have just had a breakthrough, and not an easy one, clearly, because this is not an easy card. Anytime this card shows up, it's significant. Something happened that kind of tore your walls down. Some sort of structure, right? It's usually sort of like structures that we put in place, stories that we tell ourselves to protect ourselves, right? And here we have it starting to crumble. But it needs to crumble so that your light can completely shine through. And that's your essence, your divine spark, the beauty that is you. So whatever happened here, I feel like it was definitely very difficult, but you got through it, and it was tough for you. Yeah, really tough, really difficult, but it's what brought you to this victory, right? So there was maybe some sort of like tough compromising, some like lessons in humility, or I'm not even really sure, maybe having to work with certain people that you don't usually get along with. But there was some tough walls that had to come down, and they did, and you're better off for it. And it's what's led you to your victory, which is why I think this card is your helpful energies. It's letting that solar plexus energy, shine through. It's strengthening that chakra, having more confidence in yourself, your immediate past. And whenever you're watching the video, your immediate past will be relevant to that. And the reason we always like to know why the past, what's going on in the past, why we need to know it in a reading, any kind of a reading, is because it affects who we are today, right? We wouldn't be who we are today. We wouldn't make the choices and decisions that we do today if it wasn't our past experiences that have taught us and brought us to where we are. So there are lingering effects. Yeah, check it out. So your immediate past, this card is all about like compromise. And I understand this whole situation so far very well. Somebody I know has been very much going through something very similar. So here we have two gentlemen, farmers, and they're kind of discussing whose field will get, I'm not really sure what the verb is, plowed, harvested. But it's kind of like they're going to have to compromise in order to get both fields done because they need each other, right? And there's definitely a lack of trust there, because what if they do this guy's field first and then this guy gets, shafted? Or what if this guy gets his done and then, same thing. What if he gets shafted, right? So there's definitely like a lack of trust there. Maybe they've been screwed in the past. Pardon my language. I don't even know if that's a curse word, but you get my point. So I feel like you've very well like felt a sting before. Your immediate past is like you've not been able to trust somebody, maybe very hesitant, right? But you had to negotiate because it was probably the only way that you would be able to get the job done, the task done, whatever it was that you were working on, right? And maybe that was part of the tower that had to come down. Maybe you didn't want to negotiate because maybe you didn't trust this person, or you weren't entirely sure if they would come through. But I feel like maybe the tower came down. You did end up negotiating, and in June, you will be reaping the rewards for your efforts, right? Your crowning thoughts regarding the situation in June, and this is kind of what's going on in your head, what your thoughts are, your concerns. It's the King of Chalices. And I love this card because, like, look how in your face he is. It's just interesting when you look at the other cards, like the size of the people, right, that take up the space on the card. This guy is very large and very in charge. Many readers will read the court cards as individuals that you will come across and tell you the signs. I just think that's difficult. So, for example, this person could be a Scorpio, a Pisces, or a Cancer, right? But how many people really say, hi, nice to meet you, see you at the meeting on Tuesday. By the way, what sign are you, right? It's not very practical. So I prefer to just kind of give you the energies of these cards. And more often than not, I do feel like the court cards are your own energies. When I feel like it's a person, I'll let you know. So your thoughts is I feel like this is who you want to be. This is a businessman, and it doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man, right? It's this energy. It's this experienced, knowledgeable energy, right? Who knows a lot, who can give help and information, has plenty of resources, clearly. And this is also about like business meetings that are done like over lunch or dinner, wining and dining clients, stuff like that. So I feel like this is where you want to be. Maybe you've met somebody that you kind of admire and you're like, I want to be like that guy. I want to be like that lady, very like business oriented, focused, successful, a CEO, an executive, right? And I feel like this is very much what you're thinking. This is what's on your brain. This is who you want to be or you want to embody, right? Also could be a person that you know. And maybe you're trying to work with this person. This could be somebody this could be the person that you were negotiating with, actually. This business person, right? There you go. Okay, and then your immediate future. Again, this reading is for June. So just relative to whenever you're watching this video, it's the right time for you. So this card will be in your immediate future. It's funny. Of all the court cards, there's these two court cards that make me think of actual career people. So, whereas this card, I don't always just read it as an energy, but I feel like this is a businessman. This card to me is a lawyer. So coming up in your immediate future, it's quite possible that you will get some legal help. Maybe you will, I hate to even say this, but I feel like it resonates the most actually. And Virgo, please don't forget, this is just a general reading, but I feel like maybe you're going to need a lawyer. I really hate to say that, but I really feel like that's the interpretation that's really sitting, I hate to say sitting well with me, but it's the one that resonates the most with me right now. I feel like if you're watching this, and I'm only saying that because there's probably not a lot of people watching this, but maybe you will need a lawyer. Maybe you did need a lawyer. And now things are going to loose ends will tie up, and that could be the victory, right? But in your immediate future, read the fine print, right? What is it? Cross your T's, dot your I's. This is the element of air, and that kind of rules the intellect, the intelligence aspects of human beings, loyalty. Did I just say loyalty? I'm sorry. Logic, analysis. Yeah. Virgo, I know you guys can be very much like the perfectionist, and it could be like that. This could be a time where that like analytical aspect might need to, come out. It could be that that's when you should use that side of you. And maybe people are always like, oh, stop overanalyzing things, stop whatever, right? But maybe in the month of June, you guys could play up on that aspect of you. Yeah. Don't forget, this is a general reading, so this is not going to apply to everybody. If that makes absolutely no sense to you, just leave it. If it does, then it's for you. Okay, this next card is your overall attitude regarding whatever this situation is, right? And I like to say the reason we're talking about your attitude, even though you probably assume that it's obvious, is that sometimes we're putting out into the universe something completely different than what we think we are, right? Your attitude. Well, this is a great card. Optimism, success, victory. I think that pretty much speaks for itself. You guys have had probably like the most straightforward reading so far. Thank you. Your attitude is that I feel like your belief, that you're going to be successful. And that's great, because if you know that you're going to be successful, like, deep down, then that's putting that out into the atmosphere. You're sending that out into the universe that you will be successful. You will be victorious, right? This is the eagle flying high into the sun. That's wisdom. They've got that bird's eye view, right? Use it. That's great. All right, this next card. These are the energies around you. So this could be friends, like close friends, spouses, lovers, children, parents, anybody who's got an influence on you. This is their energy. The nature card. So in the Rider-Waite Tarot, this is the Devil card. And even though it's done differently, it's got the same vibe, if you will. You're the bear, Virgo, and you kind of have an opportunity to go be free, frolic, right? And just kind of like enjoy life, or kind of follow that tendency to, you see this temptation. I mean, it's kind of funny, but it's kind of a cute card too. But there's this bear that just wants to eat this guy, right? And for the bear, it's probably like, hands down, I want that tasty treat. But what the bear doesn't see is that there's a trap. So it's not as easy as the bear thinks. You catch what I'm saying? It's kind of like the trap that sometimes we think, oh, I can do it just once, or I can do it and be okay. I can have just that one drink, or I'll be okay. I won't get hurt. You know, it's our vices. It's a temptation of something that is going to like get a hold of us, as opposed to choosing freedom from it, letting it go, and just being free, right? Because if he goes after his temptation, it's got a hold on him. So I feel like the energies around you, I'm not sure. I feel like if either there's people around you that might be tempting you with something that you might be trying to rationalize. Maybe there's somebody that's trying to tempt you with a deal, or somebody's trying to, like, I don't want to sound like, ominous, but like lure you into like a, I don't know, something. And that, like, in your gut, it's not the right option. It's not the right answer. Not because it's dangerous, just because it's probably not good for you. But you might be trying to rationalize why you should do it, or why you could do it, or why it could work out, right? So these are the energies around you. Interesting. All right. Let's see what the rest of this has. This is the card of whatever it is that you need to pay attention to. It's something that you're unaware of as of yet. It's hidden energy, hidden information. The Lord of Shadows. This is the Death card in the Rider-Waite Tarot. And obviously, for most of you, I hope you know that does not mean death in a literal sense. This is about the ending of something. Give me a second. I just kind of want to see what I'm feeling here with this reading. So here we kind of have the ending of a way of being, a way of living, a way of belief, right? Because that castle came to an end. And then here we've got some sort of vice, some sort of something that you're being tempted to partake in. And then the energy that you're unaware of is that there's an ending coming or happening, right? It's likely not going to be swift. Sometimes, endings take a while. So something is changing, something is ending, something is transforming. That's interesting. Okay. It could be like a business partnership. I feel like it's very much like, in your work life, not your home life, but in a work career aspect. Yeah, definitely. But keep in mind, Virgo, that doesn't mean that it's bad. It might hurt and it might sting, whatever it is, because endings are not fun, but it's usually in our best interest. It's Spirit's way of guiding us further on our path, right? Endings and big changes are Spirit's way of answering our prayers, okay? So maybe there's something shady going on that you're not aware of, and there could be an ending in a work relationship. Like maybe somebody gets fired that you thought was like a great coworker, but maybe they were doing something shady that nobody really knew about. And I'm only saying this because this actually happened to my brother. Somebody that like everybody just thought was like this amazing person at work got fired, and they were all like up in arms and they couldn't believe that he got fired. And then it turns out that he had been up to some sort of shady stuff at work and nobody really knew. And that was why he got fired. And he had actually been starting to like try and befriend my brother and lure him. I don't want to say the word lure, but you get what I'm saying. So it was actually in my brother's best interest, that this guy got fired, because he wasn't an influence on him anymore.